Hey there! Welcome back to 366 Days of Hope. Today is day 7, and our topic is Rejection is God's Protection. So, I don't know about you, but I have experienced a lot of rejection in my life. And whether that comes from being rejected from people, loved ones, or being rejected by a job, or maybe a dream that you had, I mean, I feel like I've experienced them all. But I wanted to encourage you if, in case you have experienced rejection and it is just mental torture right now, and maybe you've had high hopes about being with someone and it didn't end up turning out that they were the one. Or maybe it was a job career that you had been hoping to get into. Maybe you've taken your test to get into, law school and you kept failing and then you got rejected from the first law firm that you decided to get into. I'm just telling you, that's not my experience, but if that's you, one, my heart goes out to you, but remember, God's rejection is God's protection. The reason why I made this video is because of how mentally exhausting and torturous it is to have experienced rejection, and where we feel not just frustration, maybe we doubt our self-worth, we doubt what our future is going to look like, how we're going to make it. I mean, so many questions can flood through our minds. And so my encouragement to you is my own story of having been rejected. And this rejection is actually something I worked out, I felt like, forever. I was in JROTC in high school, and I did ROTC in college. And I pursued it thinking I was going into the military. And I should have seen the road signs along the way that kept saying, no, wrong way, stop, no. But I just refused to see them. And I actually saw all the signs, like looking back now, I saw all the signs that kept saying, no, you're not supposed to go into the military, but I kept pushing forward for it. So I remember the first one was when I got appointed to Annapolis, and all these crazy things were happening, unfortunately, with a lot of the academies at the time. And so I decided to not go because I was just like, ooh, maybe not so much. Also didn't really get in because they wanted me to, like, I got an appointment by that, meaning that one of the congressmen was willing to back me to go into Annapolis, but I didn't actually get in, and I got rejected. And they wanted me to retake my SATs, and I was like, nope, I've already done that, and I ain't got money for retaking. I was, I didn't come from a lot of money, so I just had to kind of hunker down and try to figure out another route. So I thought, oh, maybe enlisting would be a good idea. Well, that didn't turn out very good because I enlisted for a day, and then I went back and told the recruiter, never mind, changed my mind, I'm going to college. Just a quick, just to shorten up how that worked out. But anyways, so I went to college, did ROTC, got in there, and was like, okay, maybe I can go this route and try to go in as an officer. Well, for whatever reason, I couldn't get the scholarship. It was the weirdest thing. I didn't know anyone else who experienced it, but every single time, like, they would say, oh, congratulations, you got the scholarship. I'd be like, yay! And then they'd come back, they're like, you didn't get the scholarship. We found something wrong with your paperwork, something wrong with your paperwork. It just kept happening every semester for like 3 years. So I was like, okay. So 12 rejections, and God was like, Pearl, are you ever gonna, like, make sense of this? Like, figure it out. There's all these road signs telling you not to go. And then the last final one came, and I just accepted it finally. And I just had it because that was the final, like, your junior year, if you don't get it, like, you're not going to OCS. And I just embraced it. Devastated me really, really badly. And I remember also thinking that when it got rejected, I just thought, God, what am I going to do now? Like, I had done everything I could and prepared myself mentally, emotionally to be in the military. And God was just telling me, I have something better for you. I need you to trust me. And Proverbs 3:5-6, it says, trust in the Lord with all thine heart, lean not on thine own understanding, but in all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy path. And I remember reading through that quite a few times in college, just going, okay, Lord, I don't get it. I don't know what you have for me. I feel like a failure because I had imagined myself in this, world of the military, and it wasn't going to happen. And I just had to learn a few things, and I'm going to share those 5 things that I had to deal with. One, I had to accept that God knew best. I had to acknowledge that he was omnipotent and he knows everything. And I had to embrace the unknown. I had to let go of control. And for anyone who knew me, I had my life planned out. I was very meticulous of what I wanted to do. I wanted to get married after college. I wanted to have kids by the time I was 27. I wanted, like, the house with the white picket fence. I wanted all of that by a certain time, and none of those things happened, unfortunately, but I had to trust in God's timing. And all through all of this, that's what my whole life has been, and I don't regret it. God's protected me from so many things that I feel like had I gone into the military, I probably would not be the person that I am currently today. And I will tell you right now, the person that I was is such a different person to who I currently am today. I can attest that God was healing me, and God has healed me through so many things, and that's the reason why I think he allowed my dreams to fail. And I don't really necessarily call it a failure, because I learned so much from that, life of ROTC. I learned discipline, self-motivation. I learned persistence in other areas of my life. And even though I ended up trying so hard in ROTC and it just didn't pan out, I accepted it. I realized that God, what he wanted more from me was for me to heal and become the person that I am today. And I'll never know if it's true that I would be the same person as I am today, but in my very finite mind, I feel like I wouldn't be the same person, because I know who I was back then, and I didn't like her. And I love the person that I am today. And it's a crazy feeling. I want to encourage you that if you're standing where I was, not knowing where your life is going to go, feeling disheartened by your path, trust in God, and he will work things out. The most important thing is that you become the person that God intended you to be, so that you are flourishing according to him and not according to man. So with that said, may you live, thrive, and be healthy. Take care, guys. Bye.